Alright, so I'm pretty much hoping my quality will be alright. I did another video before this with my webcam, and for some reason I was cutting out, so I don't know if it's FailTube or if it's my uploading speed or whatever, but hopefully I'm not going to cut out. What I'm doing is I listen to the news, and there's a thing going on with these major companies out there that are worried about competing with each other and who's going to have like the greatest tablet out there. Um, you know, I think these companies they don't really like understand. I mean, they might be selling like a lot of products, but they could be selling more if these products were actually sold uh, to be able to be affordable by the average person out there who has to go out and work a normal job and has to pay bills and whatnot and lives on like a monthly salary. I know there might be a lot of people out there that might not be affected by the economy, but in my view, I don't give a shit. Okay, I don't give a shit what processor's in the tablet. I don't give a fuck how much RAM's in the piece of shit. I don't care, what the fuck the thing, what the hardware specs in it. I mean, there is some specifications that I do recommend depending on what I'm going to have it for. But you gotta remember, the average consumer out there, they buy this product and they don't have a fucking clue about anything about it. They assume that just because it has like, a 3 gigahertz processor and fucking, 25,000 terabytes of RAM and, 50,000 petabyte hard drive in it and all that, it's great. You know, it's great if you're going to be doing like physics with the thing or something, but if you're just going to be using that thing to go out and go to a Starbucks or something, or just to travel with, you have no use for any of that type of hardware to begin with. There's absolutely no reason for anybody to have that kind of hardware in their tablet to begin with. I don't know if you guys can see this or not, but I like this tablet right here that I got. It's basically an old tablet. I don't know how my quality will be on the cam and all, but this is a motion computing tablet. It's the LS800 tablet, and I basically love this thing. I mean, it's big, bulky. It's got 1.2 gigahertz processor and 1 gigabyte of RAM and all, and it has a 32 gigabyte hard drive in it. It's not super great, but it surprisingly performs quite good for an old tablet, which is surprising because I've never really used any of these other tablets out there, but I don't see why they would be any better than this tablet would be. I mean, I think this thing was made in like 2005, and the device runs Windows 7 Ultimate just fine. It runs it flawlessly with only 1 gigabyte of RAM. This actual tablet is running it, and it's running Linux as well. You know, and the thing about these tablets that these companies are releasing are they're pretty much minimum. I mean, it's not like you can game with the thing. I mean, it's not like you're going to be playing like Cyrus 2 on max settings with the tablet. So I don't really see why there is a need to begin with to put all that money into putting these top of the line processors into the tablet to begin with, and why people worry about having that great of a processor and that great of a RAM in it for when all you're going to be using that thing for is surfing Facebook or tweeting on Twitter, maybe checking your email, surfing the web. You don't need that. You can simply go out and get like an old laptop or an old tablet off of eBay for like $120 and save yourself some money. rather than going off and spending, $500-600 on a new tablet that you're just gonna screw up anyways. My ex-girlfriend was terrible with cell phones. She'd go out, her mother would go out and buy her like these expensive phones, and she was dumb enough to drop them in the toilet and stuff, and ruin the phone. And that's my point of view. I mean, god damn. I live in poverty right here. I'm a poor son of a bitch. And I swear to God, if I had that kind of money to blow my money on replacing devices all the time, I think I could be actually putting that money into society and making this world a better place. But the main point that I'm trying to make here is that I think these companies need to worry more about getting their product to be used by all the consumers. Me, if I was ever given the chance myself, I know what it's like to be poor and all, so I would be more willing to make a product that any consumer could own. The thing is, I mean, if you want people to have your product, make it affordable to them. When I heard that Google was going to come out with the Google Chrome notebook and all, I thought to myself, yeah, this Google is going to be a good company. They're going to make a difference in this world. And sadly, they didn't. They made a fucking laptop that runs shit in the cloud. I mean, all your fucking files are going to be stored on a server. You can't do shit with this thing. I mean, there's nothing great you can do with it. I mean, you can't do no fucking super rendering. You can't play fucking games on the thing. The only thing you can do with the thing is just about what you could do with just about any other laptop, is surf the web with it. And it's faster because you can surf the web with it, because it's all stored over the cloud. But yeah, that's the thing that disappointed me. I was like, well, okay, Google's going to come out with an affordable laptop, and consumers are going to be able to afford it. Anybody's going to be able to afford it. These families who need to get a laptop or want to get a laptop for their kids, for school and whatnot, are going to be able to afford a laptop because Google's going to make all these other companies look bad. Sadly, it was a disappointment because Google's selling their piece of shit laptop, which is, I don't want to go there and put Linux into this, but I know a lot of these people who are, idiots to Linux and all would say that Linux is fucking useless because you can't fucking game with it, and it's not really great for rendering and all. But I don't want to insult the Linux community because I know better than to cross that line. So I won't get Linux into this. But you're not really going to be doing much with the Google laptop to begin with, and it's $300 to $400 for that thing. What the fuck? Shit should have been like $99. Is what I was hoping it was going to be. I mean, it's kind of affordable, but it's kind of not affordable. But I mean, it's close enough that somebody could you basically get a laptop, for their son who would like to be able to have a laptop and all. But these companies are worried about competing with each other. Oh man, these companies, they have no fucking clue about the real world out here. My main thing is as a company, I see myself as wanting to get myself out there. Give it away, I see Bill Gates, giving all this money away to Africa and whatnot. Why don't you take that money and go out in the real neighborhoods, these poor areas, and help these communities out? Why don't you get out there and build some of these places for these kids to go to, so they're not getting into all this trouble and stuff. It's nice that you want to help out these other countries, but that money can be used in this country rather than giving it to Africa. You know, worry about the people in this country, not other countries. But yeah, that's my thing, you know. And I know I rambled for about 10 minutes now, but you know, I don't think the average consumer realizes, you know, what they're getting to begin with. You know, they buy a laptop and you know they end up destroying it anyways. I can't really believe that, you know, these people are really affected by the, you know, economy and whatnot. But at least in my area, where I am, the economy is pretty bad. You know, people can't afford these $500 tablets. You know, I think if we want to make a difference in this world, these companies need to think about changing their prices a little bit. You know, because they're basically the same hardware, just running different operating systems and software, but they have close enough to the same hardware specifications that all of them have. I mean, they're all running. From what I can tell, they're all running the same hardware almost. I don't really know. I have never really took them apart, but I mean, as far as the performance goes, they seem to be all the same, and that's really what I don't get. You know, why are you trying to compete? If you want to compete with them, drop your price, and then these companies will be screwed because they're not going to be selling a product. They're going to be losing business because people are going to be going to you because they're going to see they can get a tablet for under $100 or under $200, and they're going to be losing money because who the fuck's going to want to buy an Apple product when it has the same hardware? You know, I think your sales will increase a lot more. But saying this is about as useless as tits on a bull. But anyways, hopefully some of you people out there, might agree with me that on some of the stuff I've talked about. I had some stuff on my mind. I figured I'd share it, and you guys are willing to debate over it. But I'm hoping that the quality on this didn't cut out too much. The weather down here in Florida is it's been pretty hectic for the past couple of days. It's been raining off and on, so my internet might be affected by the weather and whatnot. So anyways, if you want to comment on what I had to say, feel free to.